Hey guys, my name is Courtney and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about the products that I've been trying out lately that have just not been hitting the mark for me. So if you are interested in seeing what products those are and why they're not working out, then keep watching. So the first product is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer. You do get 0.4 ounces and this is $26. I got the color 34.5 Golden. This does come in 48 shades, which I think is awesome, especially for IT Cosmetics. They're really not known for being inclusive with their shade range. So I'm really happy that they did decide to expand their shade range in this concealer. I'm always going to try to support brands that are trying to be inclusive, that are learning to be inclusive, and honestly all the benefits of it being like anti-aging, waterproof. IT Cosmetics is known for having a lot of skincare, so I was really intrigued by all of the claims that it had, and I was gonna do an actual full-on review for you guys, like the whole demo wear test type situation, but I had to try it several different ways, and each way that I tried it just ended up being worse than the last time. I literally couldn't do an actual wear test because I didn't want to go out the house in it, which is how bad it was. The first thing that I'm not a fan of is the fact that it's a squeeze tube. I'm just honestly more drawn to a regular concealer with a wand. Also because it's so hard to squeeze out, you can't really control how much or how little you want, if that makes sense. It is pretty thick, and it is like a full coverage situation. However, it's super thick and it's super sticky. It never dries down, and the directions say to warm it up on your hand, you know, just kind of rub it up on your hand and then apply, which I tried applying this with my finger, with a brush, with a sponge, different powders. I have tried this literally a million different ways. I even tried it to see if maybe this was a concealer for a no makeup day, but the problem ends up being that you see how shiny that is, right? Can y'all see how shiny that situation is? It never dries down, and it literally is like this super duper sticky type situation. So you absolutely have to set it. But the problem is when you set it, when you add any kind of powder, it ends up sort of leaving this oxidizing ring around your eye, and it clings to the powder in just such a really not good way. And now mind you, I tried it with a very light hand setting powder, heavy-handed setting powder. I tried blending different kinds of ways. It just does not work as a concealer under your eye. It literally creases regardless of how you set it. If you set it, if you choose not to set it, because I did try not setting it to see how that went. Not a good idea. It creases regardless of if you set it or don't set it. It creases so bad. It also emphasizes my pores, any kind of texture. It was just so many wrinkles, and it crept into crevices that I didn't know I even had. Everything about it to me just didn't sit right. It's just, and even now it's still shiny, still tacky, still sticky. It's just not a good formula for me. It does not do enough for me. It doesn't even cover enough for me. Even with all that, even with it being so thick, it doesn't really cover anything. And like I said, I've tried it 100 different ways. This is just not the concealer for me. It is going back to the store like today. The next product is the Maybelline Master Blur Stick. This one retails for $9.99. You get 0.3 ounces. I got the color light medium in this one. Okay, so the thing about this one, I actually wanted to do this in conjunction with the Maybelline Stick Foundation, the 24-hour Stick Foundation, I think is the name of it. And I figured it was Maybelline. Both of them are Maybelline, so they should go really well together. And honestly, I've been noticing a trend with Maybelline where they almost seem like they're trying to dupe certain higher end primers. So this one kind of stuck out to me as maybe like a dupe for the Milk Makeup primer, the Blur Stick. Although it does glide on smooth, it does leave a cast. Can y'all see that? Like there's a super duper cast that it leaves, and even if you like blend it out, it's still like a grayish pinkish weirdness going on. It does blend into the foundation that you're going to put on, but in all honesty, it does not blur your pores. If anything, it enhances your pores, especially by the end of the day. It doesn't improve the longevity of your makeup. In fact, it creates more oils in a way that makes your foundation oily. It makes your face feel sticky, all of that weird stuff. It's just not made to make your makeup last, which is what a primer is supposed to do. And on top of that, like I said, it doesn't blur any pores. It doesn't really do anything but make your makeup look worse. It's just, honestly, this is just not a good primer for me. All right, so the next product I have is the Milk Makeup Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder, and I got the color Translucent Medium in this one. This does come in 3 colors: translucent, this one, and then I think a deeper one. If you guys saw my Sephora haul video, I did tell you a little bit about this. I'm always down for a new setting powder with like my dry skin. I'm always looking for ways to enhance my skin, enhance whatever foundations and products that I'm using. All right, so the first thing that I'm not a fan of is the packaging. It comes with like a little net, like a net sifter, and it didn't allow for a lot of product to be used. So I went ahead and cut the sifter so that I can get to the product a little bit better. So the thing with this one is, it is really, really, really soft. It really is. It feels great. It has a nice texture. Like when I rub it on my hands and when I first, sort of looked at it, I thought it was like this amazing texture. And I have to say, I do love the color. It didn't turn my skin gray or anything. Like the color worked okay with my skin tone. But I will say, with it being as soft and finely milled as it is, like on my hands, it doesn't really translate on the face. Like for me, it kind of cleans to my dry spots. It clings to pores. It doesn't really blur anything for me. Like if you think about like today, okay, so today I used the Laura Mercier setting powder, and as you can see, it's like a nice smoothing touch under my eye, and then to the touch it's very soft, whereas this one almost looks a little bit bumpy. It almost looks like my pores are just enhanced for some reason. It just didn't really vibe with my skin, and I can't even use it as an all over setting powder because again, it clings to my dry spots. I don't know, it didn't really work as an overall setting powder, and it didn't really work for an under eye setting powder for me. So for that reason, it's a little bit disappointing. Now I am going to try some other products from Milk Makeup. I actually do want to do a full face of Milk Makeup products eventually. Alright, last but not least, told you it was going to be a quick video. So last but not least, I do not have this product anymore. I went ahead and took it back. The Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation. It retails for $44. It is 1.2 ounces, something like that. And it does come in 24 shades. One thing that I do like about the foundation is it does translate from one foundation to another. For example, I'm amber in the Becca 24-hour full coverage foundation, and in the Becca Skin Love I was also amber, so the colors are comparable. So I really enjoy that. One of the girls at my local Sephora actually recommended it to me, and honestly, she's like the plug. She's always really good about putting me on to products and tips and tricks that I didn't think or know about. She said it was going to be real lightweight, almost skin-like, which is essentially what it was trying to do. But unfortunately, it made my skin look super duper dry. Even when I used a moisturizing primer, it didn't smooth out anything. It wasn't really skin-like, it was almost powdery. And I don't know, I know it came with a Skin Love, like an elixir. I did go to the store and try that one out. However, I didn't want to spend another $40 something when all it really was like a water-based moisturizer that had a little bit of shimmer in it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really want to spend extra money to try to make that foundation work. So it definitely emphasized my texture. It didn't blur anything. It was weightless, I will say that. It was very light on my face. The crazy part about it too is that it wasn't really buildable. I couldn't get an even base, if that makes sense. It would be kind of spotty, like it was spotty coverage. It wore off throughout the day. Honestly, I think I tried it about 3 times and then I had to return it because it just wasn't doing anything for my skin. I think what they had in mind is maybe more of like a BB or CC cream type situation, which I would have been fine with, but it just, the coverage was so spotty and it was so drying on my skin that it just was not a go. Now with that being said, like I did say, the lady at Sephora tried it and she loved it, but our skin types are different. So I wouldn't necessarily say that you shouldn't try it, but I would say maybe if you're drier skin like me, I would pass. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. Alright guys, that about does it for me today. If you guys have had positive experiences with any of these products, please leave that in the comments below. Makeup is just so subjective to different skin types, skin tones, and all that good stuff. So if you guys have had better luck or know of any products that might be a little bit better, please share with the community so we can all learn. Yeah, hopefully this video was helpful. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.